Let's not act like a lot of parents aren't broken. They created a whole broken generation. You think kids just got up and be broken because it was fashionable? Nah, it was because y'all broke us too. And hurt people. So here we are. The thing is, we've decided to end the generational curse here. I'm not with the bullshit. I'm not about to carry on. This is not a legacy. That's for the books. You know, this is rubbish. This is foolishness, actually. Parents feel entitled to still being taken care of, to still being propped up even when they weren't shit to their kids. Parents want recognition and an empire from providing the bare minimum. Fuck you. Don't get me wrong. I know that the Bible says that we're supposed to obey our parents. And so we've been obedient, stay in a child's place. That was impossible for me. I couldn't stay in a child's place. I had to be the adult. I had to be grown. I had to be checking you to make sure you're grown. And when I do that, y'all call it back answering, talking back, being rude, being disrespectful. But you see, that's what a mirror does. And Frankenstein, sometimes you gotta meet your monster. You grind hard as hell to make sure you didn't have the life that your parents had. And then they have the audacity to say they made you and they built you up. They take credit for everything that you do, everything that you achieve. Oh, my bad though. I'm the bad guy. So I got a question for the parents, right? And before y'all say I'm drinking, because I know this conversation gonna be a little bit heated and I might get some backlash, but I mean, that's not new for me. I've been told all my life I got a slick ass mouth. But half the times when I'm told that I got a slick ass mouth, it's because I hit a nerve. And if I hit a nerve, then that means I did my part with delivering the message. So before I get off the rails, this is just some pineapple juice. Why am I drinking it from this? I don't know, it's my cup and I fucking like it. Cool. Now we have that out of the way. Hold on. Okay. So we gonna talk, right? Because for a while, this conversation has been whispered. You know, nobody really want to talk about it because nobody wants to offend parents. So I'm gonna just say this to the parents out there who actually give a fuck about your kid, who actually showed up, who actually supported. I mean no disrespect. And thank you for that. I've met a few of them. I'm amazed by them and I learned from them. I learned from everything around me. So please understand that what I'm about to say is not intended to hurt you, but it might. My question to parents, right, is how the fuck y'all don't give a shit about y'all's kids? Do not show up, do not support, do not do anything at all that aids in a beneficial way to your kids. But then turn around when y'all getting old, when y'all getting sick, when y'all fell too fucking much on y'all's faces, so now you have nobody, y'all turn around to us, the kids that y'all treated like shit, expecting to be taken care of, expecting to be provided for, expecting to have a relationship. Are you dumb? No, for real, think about it. Y'all grow up hating y'all's own kids. Some of y'all, I'm not gonna say everybody, because as I said, I have friends and I've met people with a great family, great support system, and I'm just like, I can't generalize everybody and class them the same. But some of y'all don't give a fuck. Never did. But now y'all get older. Now y'all tired and torn, beaten, nowhere else to turn to. And all of a sudden, the kid that y'all couldn't stand, the kid that y'all treated like shit, the kid that y'all stomped to the floor and spat in their face, y'all are expecting them to open their arms and their home and their wallets to you? Yeah, that's pathetic, actually. But luckily, some kids still give a shit even when y'all treat them like shit. It's kind of crazy how much y'all get amnesia when y'all get older. It's kind of crazy how you can never say to your kid, I heard you. I never meant for it to be like that. And I'm sorry. And let's start over. Nah, instead, y'all's pride, y'all's ego, so gigantic to the point where you can feel it from a million miles away. Y'all will never apologize to y'all's kids. Hold up, let me put this down. Y'all not gonna apologize to y'all's kids because, well, I'm the parent. What I look like telling my kids sorry. What I look like to this person saying, my bad, I fucked up. Nah, I don't owe you that. I'm your parent. I get to do what I want. I get to destroy you. I get to rip you to shreds. I get to pop up every now and then and pretend to give a fuck, but really I just want something from you. And you fall for it all the time because you're so desperate for a fucking parent. So I found a way to manipulate you. And now that I'm sick and lonely and possibly dying, well, how about you let me in? How about you make me meet them grandbabies? Fuck no. Fuck y'all. Respectfully or disrespectfully, I am sick of y'all. Extremely. And I know y'all gonna tell me, oh, your days might be cut short because you're being disrespectful. Nah. You see, y'all have had us in a chokehold for centuries, for generations, talking about children obey your parents. But conveniently, y'all forget the part that says, parents, do not provoke your child to anger. But nah. Why would y'all remember that? No. We pick and choose when we want to have something that's considered meaningful. You see, I've had a very, very long conversation with the Most High because I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to be better. But I got resentment. And you can't provide love and care and support if you are filled with resentment. And it's not just resentment from my parents, it's all the other parents out there, because I've met some great people, superb people, and their mom or their pops treat them like shit. And I'm just like, how could you even, as a parent, create such an amazing person and don't even know that about them? You don't even know your kid. And what's crazy is y'all's excuse is, well, it wasn't easy for us. We had to work twice as hard. We had to go out there and provide for the family. Okay, some of y'all did that. But did it ever occur to you that maybe it's just not materialistic things that your child needs? Maybe, I don't know, show up to a parent-teachers meeting. I don't know, maybe come to a game. I don't know, maybe help with my fucking homework. Maybe just support me in something. Hey, how about this? Maybe we talk. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe instead of just looking at me like a kid, you look at me as a human. And let's talk. Let's get to know each other. But nah, y'all won't do that. Because what the fuck I look like as the adult talking to my kid? Like, that's not a person with feelings. Like, that's not a person whose first introduction to this life and what life should be wasn't from a parent. It's from you, motherfucker. You. And you ain't give a shit. Let me tell you what y'all gave a shit about. Friends. Men. Everything else besides your kids. But in the end, oh, the kid must take care of me. I'm gonna have all these kids like little accessories. Not because I love them and I really want to fucking have them and be around them. But because I'll eventually get old or sick and I'm gonna need somebody to wipe my ass. That's pathetic, bro. That's terrible, actually, and I can't respect that. You know what I've learned in the medical field? Sometimes we have patients or residents, if it's like a home that they live at, and no one visits them. No one. The only people that they see on a day-to-day basis are the people employed to give a fuck about them. And even then, barely. And I know it's kind of fucked up, guys. Don't be working in the medical field if y'all not gonna care for these people. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You got to take your personal feelings out of it regarding whatever happens between you and your parent. You don't know somebody's story. You don't know why they're there. Even if they tell you what it is, you don't take it personally enough to treat them terribly. Anyway, this is not a TED Talk session about freaking homes and shit. This is a real conversation that has been whispered. Because the minute you talk about it, you are told that you're rude. You are told that you're talking back to your parent. You are told to be in a child's place. How can I? How can I be in a child's place? When since inception, since the beginning of it, well, I had to figure out how to be an adult. Because, wait, I don't know. Maybe you weren't home, so I had to learn to take care of my siblings. I had to learn to cook. I had to learn to clean. I had to learn to wash. I didn't get to have a childhood. So this is vindication for all the kids that had to be adults. Because the adults were busy being fucking kids. They were being selfish. They were being teenagers. You had to be the one being the grown-up. Putting order into your own fucking home as a kid. When, I don't know, you should be going out there trying to figure out who you are, making some mistakes, playing with your other friends. I don't know, anything besides being a mom or a dad when you're just a kid. And what y'all also fail to realize is that everything that y'all been through, we got the shitty end of it. We experienced it. Because let things go terribly between your spouse and you, or your partner, or whoever, your situationship, you take it out on the kid. Let it be that you guys break up, you take it out on the kid. Let it be that you're having a bad day, you take it out on the kid. A kid, nigga. A kid that ain't got no say. You didn't ask them, did you want to be here? But yet when you do your shit and get them here, we gotta feel it. We can see it. And some of us, we've heard it. Y'all have told us that y'all wish y'all aborted us. Then why didn't you? You had up to 3 months. I'm pretty sure you had some signs that you were pregnant. So why bring us here? Why bring us here if you can't do even the requirement, the bare minimum of just giving a fuck? Nah, that's reserved. That's reserved for the things that actually matters to you. And no matter what y'all do to us, we save you repeatedly. Pick you up when you fall on your face repeatedly. Try to take embarrassment away from you repeatedly. That's what we spent our time doing. The time that we were supposed to have to just exist. And I get it. Please understand that I get that some of y'all didn't have it easy. But why do you think we got a broken generation? If you know that you did not like how your mom was treating you when you were a kid, I cannot fathom why you wouldn't want to not be that representation for your kid. But I guess that's just too much to ask, you know? Stay in a child's place. I'm not a child anymore, but I'm pretty fucked up. Not because of just one thing, but because the route that was supposed to have me segue into this life, we couldn't have that. Y'all still took that from us. And then when we get older, y'all wonder why your kid just decides, I'm done. I don't want y'all to think that it's ever easy for a child to just get up and be like, I'm done with my parent. No, it takes a lot actually. I think our parent is actually kind of like our first love and our most terrible heartbreak. That's your parent. You are a representation of two people that came together and made you. And I would have assumed that we were made out of love. I mean, that's why you kept us, right? Because if you hate the person and then sleep with the person and then have a child for the person, it makes no sense. But let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all knew that dude didn't want that kid. and y'all wanted to find a reason to keep dude as a part of your life, even if it meant wrecking an innocent life in the process. Then when y'all realize that not even with the baby is he gonna budge and come take care of you or come be with you like he had promised when everything used to be cool and it was all smiles, the baby don't do that. And now you're stuck with the reality of saying, fuck, this dude did me dirty. He did. But it is a consequence of the action that both of y'all participated in. I'm not gonna blame the mother more than the father, and the father more than the mother. And again, for the parents out there who actually gives a fuck, who actually showed up, thank you. I have met some of those kids who are obviously now adults. And y'all did an amazing job, man. When you meet some of those people, you have no other choice but to be inspired and still believe that, there's still a heartbeat out there. There's still genuinity. There's still people that love. There's still people that care. There's still people that give a fuck about you. When we meet those people that y'all created out of love and support, when we meet them, it reminds us and it breaks that ice that we form around our hearts over time. Unwillingly, actually. But shit, it just got so cold. Everything turned ice. So when you meet some of those amazing humans that were added to this world, that ice, it starts getting warm a little bit because you're like, damn, it really can be a good life. Do you know what it's like when a child feels like they are the biggest inconvenience to your life? Do you know what it feels like when a child is sitting there just wondering why the fuck are they here when obviously nobody wants them here? Do you know what that feels like? Because I don't think you do. Because if you did, there is no reason why you'd ever treat your child like that. So I gotta assume that you don't know what it feels like. Look around you. The generation is broken. The generation is broken. They are depressed. They are killing themselves. Can I even say that? I don't know, but it's too fucking late. It's not just one thing. Trust me. Everybody has their reason. Who has did the self-delete option. They had their reason. And it's not up to me or you to respect it or not. It's their decision. But a lot of them, the core reason for that outcome is you. You fucked them up so much that they stopped believing in themselves before they even had a chance to even know who they were. And they grew up with that pain, and they grew up with that hatred. And then little things kept on being added. All the stress all around the world from every angle just added to the fact that the motherfuckers who were supposed to be there for us didn't even give a shit. And they reminded us that we were inconveniences. We just finally say, fuck it. And we exit this life. And then y'all come with y'all bullshit ass excuse pretending that we had a loving family. Oh, I don't know why my son would have done that. I don't know why my daughter feels like she's inadequate. You did that shit. You broke her. You broke him. Repeatedly, till they had nothing left. And all they were doing was just breathing, just to breathe. And then one day, pretending to care about breathing just became too much. And they just exit, Now, I'm not saying that's the reason for everyone who has self-deleted. But as I said, I know that whoever watches this might provide some backlash my way and tell me that I am wrong and how dare I. You know what parents hate about kids? Audacity. I am audacity. And it's pissing you off. So yeah, you're gonna come at me. And You know, it is what it is. I've had enough. I've been watching everybody being afraid of this conversation. It's so taboo. I'm typically the quiet girl. I am very reserved. But I've been observing, I've been listening. And maybe the only reason why I can hear and understand is because I've lived it. I've been part of this. And you know the worst part about this parental shit is the fact that we have tried to hate y'all. And some of us, we are very much convinced that we hate you. But truth is, most of us are just really disappointed. We're disappointed because it's like we can see your potential. But that's where we fuck up, you know, because they say don't ever fall for potential. But we fell in love with our parents' potential. And we're like, yeah, this is it, man. This time they're gonna get it right. And we cheer you on, hoping that, yeah, it will all be worth it in this moment. And y'all just let us down again. So each time, we cared a little less. We loved a little less. We connected a little less. And then one day, we felt nothing at all. And that's when I prayed. I prayed because I'm like, that's my parent. I don't want to hate them. Not if I believe that love still exists. Because you can't love and hate at the same time. And trust me, if you asked me a few years ago, I would have said I hated you. But I guess my prayers have been working because I got some clarity. You were supposed to be my hero. It wouldn't have mattered where we lived, what we had. It would only have mattered that when we reached out our hands, there's you to hold it. When we say the words that express why we're hurting, that you'd not only listen to it, but you'd understand it and you'd believe it. But no, why would you? You're the parent and we're the child. And we don't understand life. We understand life. You were always our life. You were the lives of your kid all along. And you didn't know that because you needed to show up everywhere, every time, other than where it counted. And now, when you're falling apart, when life has beat you, bruised you, scraped you, knocked you to the floor repeatedly and you can't get up, you're like, oh wait, I have one last play. I'm gonna go see my kids. And I'm gonna break their hearts all over again. How do you live with yourself? If I could read the mind of a parent, then that's the only thing that I'd want to know is how do y'all feel when y'all think about y'all kids? Do you even think about your kids? Do y'all care? Have you guys ever really cared? No. Y'all cared about what y'all can get. Y'all cared about, will my bank book look fat? Y'all didn't care. Y'all will never care. And I get it, there are parents out there who they sat and they looked into themselves and they're like, man, I did my kids so bad, but I really want to go and see if I can, fix it. I'm not saying that we're going to take it easy on those parents, but we appreciate it if it's genuine. We're still going to be hard about it, but we're here. Because you decided to take a step in a path that meant redemption. You know, we can absolve shit. But for those parents who just don't even try, man. Still stuck in their way, like, yo, a kid is a kid. The fuck I look like apologizing to my kid. The fuck I look like saying sorry. They know what I had to do so that we could all survive. We're not taking that from you. You're missing the point. We know that life isn't easy. We're grown now. We can see that. But we just needed you. We appreciated the hustle, but did it ever occur to you that we just needed you? Of course not. Because what I've also come to realize is that a lot of parents don't even believe in themselves. Isn't that crazy? How are we ever going to turn out to be normal when our parents didn't even believe in themselves? Self-confidence gone to shit. Self-worth null and void. Self-esteem missing. So we were always going to be like this. Or at least that's what I tell myself so I can learn to forgive. But I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I can't say that I forgive. But I'm cool on you. Like it's neither here nor there for me. And I'm trying to heal and work through that, to tell myself that, to see if it's possible to put all of that behind me, everything that I've experienced on behalf of you. But man, that would have taken me a while. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't. I'd be tapping out of that like, no. So I don't hate you, but I don't love you. That's a big step for me. Because once upon a time, it was just, I hate you. So maybe healing is working after all. I don't know. But yeah, a few of us have decided to just go no contact with our parents. Because just being around the space where you're just taken for granted and you're just a mistake that happened, it takes a toll on you. And sometimes you gotta distance yourself from the things that hurts you the most. So that's what I did. But you know what I cannot figure out? And I guess that's a part of the journey too. So man, I don't know how long I'm gonna be healing for, but this shit fucking sucks. But it has beautiful times too, okay? It does. And those times are what keeps me going, because I like to back out of this shit. You don't know the amount of times I tried healing, and something always reminds me like, fuck no, I'm not going down this road. But this time, I'm not running from that journey. I'm like, you know what, Jade? Let's do it. We've learned to do everything else. We've become so great at everything else. So in a way, y'all did us good. Y'all treated us like shit, but we learned to survive. Now, we're trying to live, and that's the part that just live, get out of survival mode. Who does that? That's foreign to me. But for some reason, I'm pulling it off. So in a twisted way, thank y'all for, at least doing a little bit of positive. I mean, that's all fucked up. And that fucked up thing is a positive for us. Can you imagine that? Think about that. Think of the fact that something that is the most terrible thing that you had to experience, that's what you have to use as positive to go through this world. That's crazy. You should really think about that. And no, I'm not high, I'm not drunk, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm not gonna say I've never tried it, but it's not something that is for me. This is just me trying to heal, and who knows, maybe a year from now I'll look back at this video and I'll be like, ugh, girl, what? But for right now, I only have control of the now. And this is my now. This is what I'm feeling right now. So, I mean, am I alone with my feelings? Probably, but whatever. But if you can relate, then just know that I just took one for the team. And I'm okay with that. I'm pretty sure that there's at least one person who understands what I'm trying to say in this moment. And if not, then I'm gonna really punch somebody in the fucking face, because what the fuck? I'm sorry, I am working on my anger. Gosh. It's a side effect of healing as well. You know, you have random angry moments and you have to find a way to reel it in. So don't try healing if you can't handle the things that, you know, you're comprised of, you're made of. I'm not afraid to say that I have anger issues. I do. People piss me off all the time. Of course I'm gonna get fucking angry. Get the fuck out of my face. See? Jade. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. But what I wanted to add to that was, I don't know what is worst. I don't know if a absent parent or a parent that obviously doesn't want to be there is worse. Which one do you think is worse? Because I swear I don't know which one. And unfortunately for me, it kept on getting worse. No wonder I got freaking psychological issues going on. If I can handle those things, I can handle anything else life throws at me. Regardless, I never meant to have anyone feeling belittled. It wasn't my intention for any parent to be offended. I just wanted to say something out loud in case a parent was willing to listen. For anyone out there that's healing with me, I'm proud of you. I know it wasn't an easy decision because, man, trust me, sometimes it looks tempting to just double back. I'm like, good on this. But I will say that, you know, I don't look at things just out of sheer anger anymore. And of course, there are unique situations. Not all of us live the same life, apparently. But enough of us found it just a little bit too familiar. You have great humans out there that are parents. You do. And hats off to y'all for doing y'all's jobs. If you feel offended by whatever, then I guess you did not do too much of a good job. Cool? I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers, but this conversation has been quite quiet, actually. It's been whispers, you know? It's not said out loud because I guess it's kind of taboo, you know? Like, you're ungrateful and you're unappreciative if you shine a light on it. And I guess I'm willing to take the titles of such. I can't be mad at the game. I can't even be mad at the player, you know? It's a method as old as time that a lot of y'all be using. The parents' favorite line is, well, I brought you here so I can take you out. Do you want me to feel honored that you brought me here when I didn't ask? I didn't have a say in this. You didn't knock and say, yo, Jade, you want to be here? Nah, you brought me here. So yeah, your job was to take care of me. Your job was to be there for me, provide mentorship and guidance and love and care and loyalty and everything that comes with parenting. It was never provided. When you needed that strength and that motivation and that support and that cheerleader, they were nowhere in sight. Oh, my bad though.